Hello there, I'm Jimmy Vegas, and do you remember the games of yesteryears? I certainly do. There are many games that we've played throughout the last couple of decades, or at least I have. And there are some which I find genuinely amazing, some which I find fantastic. And it's such a shame that these days they can't really be played on modern hardware, not without some kind of modification and being a little bit illicit. So in this video, I'm going to go through 5 games that are unfortunately locked in the past with no real way of actually playing them on real modern hardware. One game I feel is very much underappreciated in terms of games that are basically lost to time is Yakuza Dead Souls. And this one I find particularly odd because yes, it's labelled as a Yakuza game. Yes, it's got the Yakuza characters in, Like a Dragon as it's known now. But the game itself is nothing like a Dragon game, Yakuza game. In Japan, I believe this was known as Yakuza of the End or something similar to that. But the game itself is basically stuck on PlayStation 3 and just no way of playing it on modern hardware, which is ultimately a shame. But realistically, I think it is a great game. I probably appreciate it more than what most people do. But yes, I do think it is a really, really good game. And it's a shame that it's never been, remastered or remade for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 or whatever. But the next one is somewhat of a modern-ish game. And I do find it to be the best in the series. That's Yoshi's Woolly World. This one, I think, is adorably cute. I mean, just look at the artwork on it. Just look at it. It's absolutely fantastic. So this game is unfortunately locked to the Wii U. There is no way of actually being able to play this on a Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Switch 2 or whatever. And it is a shame, at least at the moment. I mean, Nintendo might decide they're going to release this, on different hardware. I know it does exist on the 3DS as Yoshi and Poochie's Woolly World, but once again, that console is lost to time, much like the Wii U. So unfortunately, this one is lost to time as well. The next one, we're going to go back a little bit further, and I absolutely adore this one. Diddy Kong Racing. I genuinely think this is better than Mario Kart 64. It may be a controversial take, I understand that, because there are many people who do love Mario Kart 64. But Diddy Kong, I feel, just goes a step above Mario Kart and then just keeps going and going and going. Yes, I do know Diddy Kong Racing did get the DS version of it, but once again, much like Yoshi, this is lost to time. This is the most modern version you can theoretically play of Diddy Kong Racing, and I don't think it's as good as the original on Nintendo 64. So Diddy Kong Racing in and of itself, mainly because it is a Rare game, and Rare being a part of Microsoft now, not making games for Nintendo. That's part of the reason why Diddy Kong Racing is effectively lost to time. The next one is Tales of Xillia. Now, I was a little bit reluctant to put this one in here, simply because Tales of Xillia is rumoured to actually be getting a remake or remaster or whatever on PS5 and Xbox Series this year. Obviously, depending how well the Tales of Graces game goes. But as of right now, this game is locked to PS3. It's only on PS3 and you cannot play it on any other console. Not legitimately. Much like all the rest of these, I'm doing this legitimately. Tales of Xillia is my second favourite Tales game. I absolutely love, actually it might be the third, second or third, but either way, I played a lot of Tales games. Xillia is up there. I absolutely adore this game, and it is such a shame that it's lost to time on the PS3. The last one we're going to talk about, if I just move these in so it looks a little bit more nicer for you on the video, is Super Mario Galaxy 2. This one is a very strange one because a couple of years ago we got a collection of games from Nintendo for the Switch, which was Mario 64, Mario Sunshine and Mario Galaxy. Mario Galaxy 2 was absent, and this is probably better than the original Mario Galaxy. And Galaxy 2 is a great game. There's no denying that. It is a really, really great game. But unfortunately, it's stuck on the Wii. There is no real proper way to play this, at least at the moment, on modern hardware. You know, things may change in the future, but all of these games, unfortunately, are currently lost to time. So although, you know, these days things can be remade quite easily, you know, licenses and things like that can be overcome, things can change, and we can end up seeing remakes and re-releases that we never thought were possible. So that's not to say that any of the 5 games that we've just been through will never, ever be on modern hardware, because for all we know, they could be. For example, we could see Super Mario Galaxy 2 with a full-on remake as a launch title for Switch 2. I don't think that'll happen, but you just never know. But then we come to games like Diddy Kong Racing, where the licenses on that are a little bit tricky, mainly because of publishers and developers and who they're owned by and whatever else. But that, again, doesn't mean that games are going to be locked in the past. Because look at GoldenEye on the N64. Nobody ever thought that that would ever see the light of day again on modern hardware, and it has. So maybe we'll see Diddy Kong Racing one day on modern hardware. Who knows? Maybe RGG will ultimately remake Dead Souls. I guess you never know. But these are only 5 games that are unfortunately currently locked in the past. There are many, many more which I find fantastic, which are locked in the past once again, but they're probably a little lesser known. A good example of that is Orphan, Scion of Sorcery on the PS2. That is unfortunately locked in time. So are there any games that you personally think should be re-released, remade, because they're locked in the past so many decades ago? Would you like to see any? I know I would. I certainly would love to see them. In fact, I would love to see Diddy Kong Racing on Switch 2. I'm not going to lie about that one. Let me know your thoughts and your comments of what you'd love to see remade for modern hardware in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.